Good morning guys, it's Jamie here, and I did say that I would start us off with some very simple page decorating ideas to help you overcome any overwhelm you might feel when tackling a signature in a journal. My signatures tend to be 8 pages, so that would be 8 pages like this, which gives 4 sides per page that we may need to decorate. Obviously, if some of these are going to be the actual Masquerade background papers, they probably would not be decorated, and I will just be putting those in to show you how everything fits together. I like a junk journal look. Some of you probably prefer a more digital kit look with everything coordinating, so you adapt ideas according to your style. I have this cut away from some of the papers anyway, which is almost like a masterboard in itself. What I'm going to do with this one is simply glue 3 sides down, possibly sew them as well, with a keyhole at the top here, and that will be a pocket for a large tag. Now, I don't think I have a large tag to fit this, therefore we will also be making a very quick large tag. Right, I need that to dry up in place. Something I tend to do is pinch my sides slightly if I'm not putting a hinge on, just to give a little bit more space when you want to slide something in. They don't sit perfectly flat, but we're going to be putting a tag in that anyway. For the tag, I just want to find a book page. Because I will be treating this a bit like a masterboard, it's not a worry how much white space is on here. Now I'm going to go into Scrapbox, got loads there, cover the front of the tag with big pieces of paper. You must think by now this is all I do, spend my whole life just scrapping bits of paper together. That's the start of this tag. Now I want to look at what's actually come with Creators Club to see how to fill this in. Like to take big areas that are a bit boring and start to fill in with some more ephemera first that I still consider background ephemera. I am just grabbing pieces and placing them on the tag where I think they might work. Don't know if you should do another mask. Maybe I could do one up there. Have a stamp. Have another stamp. I'm going to put that down here. Something dramatic across some of these lines. This probably down here needs a little something to break this up. Let that dry off. And then we're going to back it with some paper and make it into a tag. Now that's nice and dry, I just want to trim along the edges to get off the excess again. Okay, pretty cool. Just want to check it's going to fit. I might take a little bit off the bottom because I'm not bothered about that bottom design too much. This was a freebie from Emma. Try and avoid wrinkles, therefore make a writing surface. I'm going to use glue stick. I do think you can still write on that. You may want to just use a coffee stained if you feel that's too intrusive. I've been having all sorts of problems this morning with cameras moving and being out of shot, so I'm hoping that you've seen most of this being made. I will know better when I come to edit it. This is a little boring, even though it's been sewn. I've sewn this up as well and it's been backed, and that looks pretty cool to me. I think what I need to do here is a bit of matting and layering. I also think I might edge this with some black ink. Got some stays on. I think I might end up using a Stabilo anyway. It's not as strong as I'd like it to be. Right, let's get messy with the Stabilo. And some water. Wetting the Stabilo, which is the 8046, I should know that by now. Going along this edge, a much stronger line. You can smudge it if you want, and I probably will. Because I have now Stabiloed that, I'm taking my hairspray and giving it a little dose of protector from a distance, and that will need to dry really well because otherwise it will be super sticky. I want to do something with this. I do have some of Emma's freebies, and I've got that fairy which actually might work just in the corner. I'm going to glue her onto here to make her stand out. Even though I haven't protected this paper, which normally you would do, I'm going to stabilo around that edge. Now, because I'm still not happy, I have a very fine paintbrush and some gold acrylic. I'm going to paint in the crown. Might take a couple of coats. Also, I'm going to get the blue shiny. I'm going to end up painting in the whole thing at this rate. Probably going to come in with some white highlighter pen as well. I'm quite enjoying myself now. I just put a little bit of purple on those wings. Okay, pink will do. Shiny. Let's get some white gesso and a paintbrush. I think the shading was too heavy, so I'm just fiddling about trying to get the shading down. I'm preferring it. What I need to do is dry brush over some of the rest. Next thing I'm going to do, because I can't leave something well alone, is start at these corners and stain in with the antique linen. I'm not doing any more. Done. I promise. I'm not having a great start to this morning, but never mind. I think I may have gone off camera a few times. Sorry about that. Hopefully you've seen me messing about with this page. I then discovered my camera was out of memory. I'm hoping all the filming is going to edit together. All I've done is, with the tag, stain this with the antique linen so that it has a similar look. To make this as solid as this front pocket, I'm going to cover this page with the black card. I've cut our Italian garden scene down so that it will have borders, and I'm not sure how much the fact there's a bigger border on this side than this side really matters. It's still quite a stark contrast, so I'm thinking that I will get my Stabilo and I'm going to test smudging in the picture to this background so it looks less stuck on. Okay, I think that has been quite effective, if not a bit messy. The next simple page idea is going to be to do some very simple collage. I'm going to start with a napkin and, using the Mod Podge, put it on the page edge and then Mod Podge very gently over the top. Now we're just going to tear at these edges. I'm going to take some book page, tear it. I don't want any straight edges. Take the vintage photo, edge it, let it crease and stain some of those creases as well. Smooth that on. That bit perhaps tore away more than I would have wanted, so I'm going to grab some of this and patch there. You can do larger scrap pieces than I'm doing. I'm not worrying about straightness at all. Right, let's have a look at what we've got in Masquerade that might be of use. We could bring that one there, and that one maybe there. And we have a bit of music page showing through as well, which is okay. It's quite a decorative page for the back. Any of these could be made into a pocket if you want them to be. I might do that with this one. Again, don't forget, pinch it slightly so you get a bit of a bulge, and that will help with getting things in there. Let that dry and do a very quick tag that will fit in there. We'll take one piece of book page and halve it so it becomes double thickness. We'll glue those two halves together. Then we've got all these scraps left over to collage onto this. And then we just want a central focus point, which would be something to do with Masquerade. As soon as this is dry enough, you want to trim it up, make sure everything's stuck down, and then on the reverse, put some kind of paper that you can journal on. We'll come back when all of that has been done. I ended up doing this one as a journaling card, and you could actually get another one in there quite easily. So I'm going to just edge this one up with the vintage photo. On the next video, we'll do the next 4 page ideas. If you're on YouTube, please do all the YouTubey things, like, share, subscribe, comment, and join the Facebook group. Also, take a look at our Creators Club, and I will see you next time.